At PVM, what we do changes lives.
At this time, I'd like to introduce to you Roger Myers. Roger is the president and CEO of Presbyterian Villages of Michigan. He's a visionary, he is truly a servant leader, and he's becoming a legend in his own time. Roger, come forward.
Thank you, Henry. I don't know about that legend part, but thank you very much. Good morning. Good morning, and thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. You're going to hear that theme in the next few minutes because it's really about you. We know that many of you have had some involvement with PVM, but we also know that most of you have not had much involvement with PVM at all. In preparing for this morning's breakfast, I was originally asked to respond to the question, what is PVM doing to make the world a better place? And there's a lot we could say about that. We've also put annual reports on your tables, and so I'd encourage you to take that home with you, and you'll see a lot in there about what PVM's doing to make the world a better place. Well, I'm not going to answer that question. I've modified the question based on a workshop that Paul Miller and a few of us attended yesterday at the University of Michigan on the Dearborn campus. So here's the revised question. What would happen if PVM went away tomorrow? Literally tomorrow, no more PVM. So that's a very important and profound question to think about. So this was a question that was raised yesterday, and so I thought about, like, wow, what would it be? And so here are my top 10 answers. More seniors would be homeless or live in substandard or marginal housing. More seniors would be living in nursing homes. A reduced quality of life for many seniors and increased vulnerability. There would be reduced programs and services for seniors in the community. There would be reduced community revitalization and neighborhood development. There would clearly be reduced collaborations and partnerships. Reduced innovative and transformational initiatives benefiting seniors. Reduced advocacy for seniors. Reduced employment opportunities. And lastly, reduced statewide economic impact. Those were the kind of the top 10 things that came to mind. If you look at the map, and again, it's on the back of the annual report, if you look at that map, these terrible consequences of no more PVM would be experienced in diverse communities across the state. Urban, suburban, outstate, rural, and resort communities. Of course, with your support and the support of many others, PVM is not going away. In fact, quite the opposite. With your support, PVM is continuing to grow and strengthen its 71-year mission of creating opportunities for seniors to thrive and to keep making waves, as you just saw in the video. One example is PACE of Southeast Michigan. PACE is the acronym that stands for Program of All-Inclusive Care for the Elderly, and is our rapidly growing joint venture with the Henry Ford Health System, and it's serving in Wayne, Oakland, and Macomb counties. In a few minutes, you'll meet David Simpson, who is a PACE participant as well as a resident at the Tomei Rivertown housing development. A second example is the Village Victory Cup competition. It's kind of similar to the Senior Olympics. It's a great form of engagement, well-being, and just plain fun that residents look forward to. Meet Thomas Jackson. He's the gentleman on the far right-hand side of the photograph. He was one of the Village Victory Cup competitors and a resident at the village of Brush Park Manor, Paradise Valley, which is just a couple blocks from Ford Field and Comerica Park and the new Little Caesars Pizza Hockey Arena. In addition, Mr. Jackson sang at the first Inspire Possibilities breakfast in 2011. And last November, he sang on stage with the band at the Cobo Riverfront Ballroom at the PVM Gala. Clearly, Mr. Jackson's still making waves. Stay tuned for a couple of major announcements, and I was hoping I was going to be able to do it today, but just can't do it until next Tuesday and Wednesday. But in the next few weeks, there's going to be some significant announcements regarding new initiatives that will add several locations and over 500 more seniors to the PVM family. So hopefully I piqued your kind of curiosity about that. So it's going to be a pretty big deal. Another question that I was asked, what keeps me up at night? So what keeps me up at night? I generally sleep pretty well, but I do think about this long-awaited age wave. You know, they've been talking about this age wave. It's here now. The baby boomers have arrived. More and more seniors as a percentage of the total population. Seniors that are living longer and longer with greater health issues and frequently with inadequate resources to meet their increasing needs. This is at the core of PVM's mission and is a daunting and urgent challenge, a challenge that we need you to successfully meet. Like many of you, these issues also become very personal. Meet my mother, Faye. She's been a resident at the village of Westland for the past 5 years. Even though she's able to live with independence and has financial resources to meet her needs, she and we, her family, have been truly blessed by the outstanding quality of life that she has enjoyed at the village. We are extremely grateful. And I know that there's several others of you that have family members living at the village, as I know Lynn Alexander's mother lives at the village of Oakland Woods, just up the street, and again, and many others. So we as a family member are very grateful to PVM. Back to yesterday's workshop for a moment. We were told that organizations should be able to describe their purposes in 50 words or less. And for everyone there, that seemed to be a difficult task. And so some of you that know me, sometimes I have a little hard time being concise. There's a lot to say. So I thought 50 words, wow. We'll look at our annual report. I don't know, it's like 50 pages. But then we were told to do it in just 2 words. That's right, 2 words. So here are my 2 words for PVM. Transforming lives. Transforming lives. But then I considered 2 alternate words because I just couldn't stick with 2 words. So transforming lives, sounds good. But the other 2 words were embracing possibilities. In short, we need you, each of you, you and PVM, to transform lives and embrace possibilities. Finally, an exciting volunteer opportunity is available for you. In fact, if you looked in the program, you'll see a card in there that says Village Victory Cup. So the Village Victory Cup is being held on June 24th, right here in Pontiac, just around the corner from this hotel at the Ultimate Soccer Facility. As you leave this morning, please sign up in the back with Tom Wiley. Tom, are you there? I'm here. Okay, and here's the Village Victory Cup. Okay, and I might say that it currently is held by the village of Westland. I believe that's right. But there's There's a number of other villages that are in training for that. Thank you again for attending and for helping to create opportunities for seniors to thrive. You are among PVM's heroes. Thank you very much.
Learn more at pvm.org or call 248-281-2020.